So, this is a human against the fiery wolf.
Looks like it's an all-out fest.
That is
Looks like Cerberus.
It is Cerberus. And funny enough, his name means spotted.
Feels more like an unfortunate man with horrible humor.
Where did he get
Where
that?
he found that
That's
oil
just
drop.
trash.
It came from somewhere.
I'm sure.
The Nemean lion, the
Does that make
Hydra.
it? Is Cerberus considered a form of demigod? What kind of status is meant to be like that?
Technically a demigod on account that his
Ooh.
there was
The term would be mythical beast.
This has gotta hurt.
A demigod is a child of a god. He would be a mythical beast, yes.
I feel like this is a bit of an uneven fight in that case.
Like the ball spawn in
Oh
Industrial.
yeah, absolutely. I don't even think Cerberus can die.
You'd be surprised. Within folklore, there's many examples of mortals smiting such creatures.
There's a
After all, how else do you make a hero?
Distinction is not a follower of religion.
Religion, mythology.
Religion's weird. Doesn't make logical sense.
Can you follow another though?
I mean, they're parallels.
Is he just thrusting?
In a different way than
Ew.
believe so.
between, following someone
How
and
flattering.
renouncing the religion is very good.
Like,
It
you got
can't
the
be
spine
very comfortable.
realignment.
Well, there's also the understanding of the pen as well. You actually have to pen.
Ooh, like you're just getting serious now with that battle cry. Look at those strikes.
I don't think these two are either on the list.
A lot of people do the very disingenuous thing.
No.
If I just say I'm sorry to a deity before I die,
With a flying kick.
He kind of.
I think that comes down to the deity in that case. They make it sound easier, perhaps.
Why I don't go through the religious thing.
Oh, fuck, here he has to move the shirt.
That's more of my interest.
I doubt that this is the watching sport for me. I need to finalize some of the meeting details for Tuesday.
Ooh, that's gotta hurt.
You
Of course.
Do you
I
need
didn't
me to
think that
walk you
this
out?
sort of thing would be for you anyway. Yeah.
Vicious combo. See, it's really
I
on
should
the
be fine unless you wish
in
to.
here.
The demigod is just toying with them.
I'll at least walk you out.
You sure? I can take care of this.
I have questions for them.
That is it.
It's surprising how Boris has not fallen after taking all those hits.
I'm glad you came. It was nice not being all on our lonesome. I know it's not your kind of
It
sport.
was certainly uncomfortable.
surprise.
Well, do you need anything after I'm finished here?
I should be alright, just finishing the meeting details.
Understood. I'll walk you out.
Of course. The exit is
What? Ah! This is like the first time I've ever been here. I get turned around.
I just read the signs.
Fringe.
You will be.
Look, I just wanted to check on you and make sure you're okay. I know it was really loud in there.
Okay, I couldn't see a lot
Yeah, I'm dying. My OBS is disconnected on me twice. Because I have to see so many people at once.
Are you still streaming?
Yeah, give me 1 second. I'm gonna mute and go to my
No,
bureau.
you're good. I wasn't saying to stop.
You will pay me back in full. Fight me in the third bracket.
Alright, both commanders on the field. Let's close the gates and raise the shield. Fighters,
afraid that
rules and
seat's
regulations
taken,
for
sir.
this bout.
They just stepped away for a moment.
Yes, I am back.
Alright,
Apologies.
wall's going up.
I could sit somewhere
Standard
else.
5 minutes, no death. Alright, guys,
The
that
audio
music
space
did
is
awesome.
open
Good
if
to
you
play
want it.
something.
Thank you, darling.
I was in the booth, you got it. Alright, both fighters are ready. Raise your fist into the air.
The one that brought me here.
Alrighty then. With both fighters ready, let's get this underway. 3, 2, 1. Bloodshed.
So that's their the introduction is just the word bloodshed.
And the fight is underway.
Yes, bloodshed.
The Yen is charging in.
Interesting.
But Jotaro is dodging quite swiftly. And it looks like Jotaro has pulled out some type of spiritual entity. Not sure what this thing does, but we'll find out soon enough.
Yeah, it's just scooting around. Perhaps you can see something you cannot.
Ooh, those punches look to hurt.
A shaman.
Oh shit, what the fuck was
A
that?
shaman.
No, there's
Interesting.
a flame blast. Ooh, and the drill. Ooh, that really got it.
That is
That hurt my
what
eyes.
the Americans
Ow.
call a seizure warning.
Ow.
Mayhaps, yes.
The dodge. Ooh. As that spiritual entity is doing, seems to be doing quite some damage to his opponent.
I don't know, but clearly something
You're right.
it keeps backing
That was
off.
very bright.
It was certain. Yes, it was. It was very hard to observe.
Out of fire punches.
Expected.
God, that fucking missile.
Spiritual entity is quite strong.
I must say this style is very
The Yen's really
Hot
struggling.
dash.
Oh, wait, fires with a laser blast. Ooh, that has gotta hurt.
Again.
I'd like to report that to the staff. Goddamn.
Thank
So
you.
now, in the blink of an eye, Jotaro has made his way to the other end of the arena.
Yeah, that guy, one of his moves is really seizure intensive. It's kind of fucking up some people's eyes.
There it goes. There it goes the barrage once again.
Thing and it goes like blurry for a while, like kind of see-through lots of colors.
Oh, that's nice. I'll talk to them after the fight. I don't know if we can do much during the fight.
Yeah, no, I'm just letting you know now. Because it's the
Oh,
fact
there's the
that-
drill fist. Pushing Jotaro in the corner.
I'm just going
but
to
Jotaro manages to escape.
just tune that one out, I'll be honest.
Yes,
I suggest you do the same, dear.
I will.
Goes the Raj once again. There's the blast of flames. Pushing Jotaro back. Then charging. Just hammering those fists down on Jotaro.
Fuck's sake.
2, 3.
Sorry, Jonas.
Nothing for you to apologize for, dear. You can't control things like this.
Yield. You son of a bitch.
I definitely think the human is winning this one.
Yeah. Even if he is causing fucking seizures.
Ooh, there's the block once again. And Jotaro flying across the arena. Oh, there's Jotaro guy is. He is quite durable to be able to survive these heavy artillery. And with the last minute of this fight, let us see who will come out on top.
This is true. Ooh, and another blast.
You know, you usually would think that this place being manned by a bunch of apes be an insult, but it seems to be literal. Huh. Very.
Oh god, why does that missile always be fucking weird?
It is the circus.
Ooh, that's gotta hurt. Jotaro's on the ground now. He does get back up.
Oh, Mr. Hemwick, I do believe you have a possibility, an opportunity to meet the Mr. Robotnik.
I'll pass on this one, but thank you for the interest, dear.
Congratulations
so many
to our
interesting
combatants.
people in
Both
places
fought
like
well, you
this.
both fought valiantly. But since you're
Oh, I
both
could do
standing
the
and
exact
not
same at
standing,
Atlanta Soccer.
well, at equal full damage, I will.
Is that why you never attend?
Congratulations to you both.
Orlando Soccer. I just don't have much reason to visit these days.
Now let us move
I
on
went
to our
quite
next
frequently
match.
when I was still getting my footing, but now too much to keep track of and to simply roam the streets at
I got a
random.
headache after watching that fight. Ugh.
Purple Guy and Broly to the arena. That's Purple Guy and Broly to the arena. I know you two know who you are. Because you're the ones that signed up, and Hugo just lets you get people stupid nicknames.
Oh, no, it's just a nickname thing.
Purple guy?
Yeah, fuck! You know what bar's right past me? Holy fuck! Sorry. Jeez.
Oh, it actually is Broly. I was assuming that was just a stupid nickname that Hugo gave someone. Jeez, I was mistaken. Purple Guy.
What was it?
Okay.
Oh, of course, Purple Guy. Sense.
Mr. Flashy Man himself. All the spinny weapons.
Is that Fuminori? Yes, it is. This is the one I spoke of.
All right. Well then,
I warn you, he's a little flashy.
He's a multi-tool. I don't care about him that much.
Fighters, rules and regulations.
See if he
for
lives
this
up to your expectations.
I mean, if somebody actually...
7 minutes.
No ring out.
7 minutes.
If they come and defeat you, dear, then yes, I'm going to be paying close
No ring
attention.
outs. All right. So, do any of you have music that you want to play from our speakers? Do you need us in the booth to play something?
I have music.
All right.
How do you even get in here? Don't you have, like, no...
Now, this be played out loud, or in your head.
I paid to get in here.
With what? Yeah, but you don't even have a
He's a
job.
summoner.
Alrighty
Yes,
then,
I
sounds
do.
good to me. Without further ado, fighters,
What are you working at? You a
raise your
cashier?
fist into the air if you are ready.
That's none of your concern.
Alrighty then.
Found
3,
weapons.
2, 1, bloodshed.
Lack of a smile. No. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's Waffle House. That makes sense.
Waffle House. No Waffle House.
Goodness. You know, I actually lack of social
Fight is
awareness.
underway.
I actually wonder
They're
what
rolling it
social
out.
looks like.
Take care of the
Consider-
problem.
Like, bullies are starting to power up. Buffalo showing great speed, dodging and blocking all Broly's hits. And there's the key blast. Bunori swiftly dodges.
Quite talented.
I told you. He makes it look like a
They're throwing
dance.
combo after combo at each other.
Now this is an interesting fight.
Ooh, a devastating uppercut. That has gotta hurt.
Lots of good energy.
Broly's exercising his aura once more, pushing out more power.
This is impressive. Oh.
Is that all?
Oh, he didn't even give a fuck.
In that case.
And Bunori gets up to the air and slams down on his opponent. The combo. Ooh, and it looks Broly has powered up and
Hey, finally
Then
someone fucking
transform.
Super Saiyan.
No more.
looks like he's in Super Saiyan. Of a powerful beam. But Bunori dodges, it gets behind him. We're going to throw out some vicious combos. Broly looks like he's feeling it. Ooh, a swift dodge.
Color choice.
Managing to avoid that key blast.
Can't go wrong with black and red.
I think that's what they call bias. But you're not wrong.
Broly is just pummeling on Fuminori. Fuminori just eating it. Dishing out some devastating punishment.
Nice try. You're too weak. How about this? Backwards shit.
Ooh.
Oh, he's finally doing the spinny shit.
Broly powers up once more.
Is there a detriment to them powering up and quote unquote?
A powering
What?
up a massive blast.
Jeez Louise.
Is it there
Fuminori disappears.
Well, would it make
Basically
sense
train
to
him
start off the
faster.
fight with it? If you
Where
start
did it
off
even go?
with your enemy faster.
Ooh, and a punch from behind. That has gotta hurt.
If you start off with your strongest attack and it is negated, then it's kind of disparaging, and you might not want to do anything more than that except run.
True.
We are halfway through this fight, and Broly's quite hurt. He's taking a lot of damage. Fuminori has also taken a few hits. They're looking quite worn down themselves.
He's been trading blows back and forth.
Late round.
Like generally, I like to buff things up before they go into combat rather than in the middle of the time, and it's more effective for them to enter before they're taking a lot of damage.
I think it's
Ideally.
a form
But Broly's dragging Fenori across the arena, throwing him around like a rag doll. There's the key blast and the swift dodge and the leg sweep. Looks like they're getting close to Baron to charge. Ooh! There's the beam. Looks like Fenori narrowly dodged. Up in the air, ground slam. What a powerful sky drop. There it is once more. And the dodge.
That move takes far too long to charge out.
At least for that range.
Too close. Too close. Need to be able to aim and lead the aim.
Or at least get him in a vulnerable position where he can't dodge. Kind of difficult when you're an opponent like that.
I'm interested, but I want to see more. This opponent is diminishing performance.
I agree. I could perhaps
I have to agree as well.
get something for you together. See him with an actual good opponent.
There's no rush to have anything finished for tonight. We can keep coming here so long as my schedule allows.
Understood.
And the fight is
Glad
entering
that I
its
was
last
right
minute.
there.
Both fighters are looking quite worn.
There's
beaten and
potential.
battered, but they are
I
still
see why
giving
you
it
like
their
him.
all. Who will come out on top in this bout?
We'll see.
It's the rapid barrage punches.
He relies heavily on becoming immaterial, however. I would like our audience to actually have a fun to watch, not wondering where he went.
Why don't we make some of the bouts without abilities or powers? The simple beauty of two violent bodies.
We'll discuss with it we'll discuss with our selections once we have them.
Tricks.
What's that? He was behind you when you tried to use a massive blast point
End
blank.
of this match.
Ooh.
What a a round of applause for our combatants.
I like your
But of
recommendation.
course, a winner must be
Thank you.
decided, and that winner is Fuminori. Also, Fuminori, you've also received a performance point. Congratulations.
Excuse me, I think that's purple guy.
Yes.
With that, let's move on to our next fight of the night.
Yeah, who's feeling annoyed? This is
So
perfect.
I've heard you say the man behind the murder.
You seem beat, boss. You sure you want to stay?
And Chelsea to the arena. That is Aura and Chelsea to the arena.
I'm fine.
Certainly not days. Purple.
Unless you're asking to go talk somewhere.
I mean, I did have some questions for you, but you seemed
I swear I've seen this photo somewhere.
unattendable
but I can't.
the last time we were at the
I'm unable to bring up exactly where.
office.
It's probably just too far.
And if my fucking internet would stop fucking dying. Apologies, boss. What did you say?
Let's see if the next bout is anything worth watching. Then, if there's time, we can discuss.
If you're too tired, don't worry about
A
it.
man in a blue sweater? Oh, I'm fine.
Alright, that feels good.
Another stick fighter. Well, that means they use their stick to fight instead of their
close the
actual
gate,
fighting,
raise
like,
the
movements. They use a lot of rubber
regulations for
banding.
this bout.
I've seen a lot of those tonight.
Alright. Ball's going up. Standard 5 minutes. You have your own music too, alright.
It's just manners.
5 minutes, no death, no ring out. Music is provided. The aux quarter is all yours. And without further ado, both fighters are ready. Raise your fist into the air.
Swordsman.
Alrighty then.
I do, folk. No worries, I paid.
3, 2,
Shame I'm the only one without a suit here.
I believe they were one of the fighters.
They were, yes.
There we go.
Alright, and this fight is underway.
I don't know if my music is working.
Your music is not working, so we had to play something here.
Well, now I'm here and up.
Yep, seems that you're not connected
Oh, I turned it off.
to our speakers.
Let's try that again. Nah, whatever. Ah. Enhance arms.
Nearly dropping your blade.
That'll be all.
My sword is heavy. Okay.
Let's regroup in the lobby.
Oh shit, I overjumped that one.
You all be well.
Come on then.
You as well.
Hopefully I can give your boss a more definitive answer once the council actually meets.
Understood.
Until then, rush yourself. I'll continue to be what I am. The Hammer, Zafira.
Quite the title.
Good. Did nothing more than a
You're going to be
tool.
switching commentary for a bit because I have some quick things to take care of. So, let Gormunder and Mort be taking over commentary for this out within the last 2.5 minutes of this fight.
Thank you.
Of course.
Disappointing. Only 3 candidates. And that was being generous.
Very small pool of actual candidates, yes.
To the office then.
If you wish.
That's good.
Do you require my assistance?
Unless you want me to leave you here. Have fun.
I will.
I think I'll travel back with you all.
I'll show you some new place later.
I would love that. Keep me up to date. Goodbye.
Like, I've seen like 5 quest users. Dude, there's like 5 Adam Smashes now. Like,
these new people.
Oh.
I don't really know them.
saw the DM I sent you, but there's 5 Adam Smashes now, dude. It's fucking insane.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Do you want to see the new hat I put on here that they got from Vulcan? Look,
Amazing.
and read what's on the back.
Floss, return to Orion, or unclean, unclan? W clan. W. What? Oh, Vulcan.
I'm just a
I'm not gonna make a portal, especially in this crack of a room.
I'll request off
Dip
you.
over and just request off me.
You two go do your scene. I just want to go sit down and rest after.
I hope you appreciated the robot.
I did appreciate it, and I had my eye on you the entire time.
Yeah, and we're just being
Yes,
little
I did
shits.
too. Also, I love the little hat. This thing is so adorable.
Yeah, I'm just double checking if they have the hat already or not. They'll get it from Vulcan, because he's like, I want to give you a little
Let me know if I'm needed or not.
Because
I'm gonna
Mona
just
got to be in the
chill
announcer
until
booth
otherwise.
the other week. Do they work here? No. But
We're
what it
gonna be wrapping up
so-
here.
Oh good, I'm gonna hop out of VR and just get off my damn feet. Bye.
Roger. I'll probably chill in the general comms once we finish here. Just play
Sounds
some
good.
games.
I'll be up there.
See you later, buddy.
I want to see Poco.
By the way, I finally sent the reply to use Kane.
I know. I saw it.
What?
Thank you. I will get back to you shortly. Bye.
That's awesome.
Oh man, I was seeing too many people. Oh my gosh. My VR is fucking chugging. Don't worry, we'll get there. We'll get there soon, chat. We'll get there. Remember everyone, hydrate, sit down when you need to. The stream will be ending very soon. I have a small talk with Jonas and then I'm heading off. Oh good, I'll be ending sooner than I thought it would be. Would be great if my internet would just fucking load this map. Please and thank you. Any time now. Oh, we need a different song for this chat. We need something dark. Let's try something like this. That's a little better.
Lovely.
Yeah, sorry about
You
that.
good?
Takes me a moment to load maps.
Oh,
I am all good.
You're fine, honey. You're fine.
Man,
Good to go?
the
Okay.
Jotaro model killed my head, so this is not going to take a very
That
long
one-
time.
Yeah, Are you okay? I noticed you were very clearly affected by that.
I have light sensitivity, and when they suddenly flash, it makes me
Oh,
very dizzy.
no.
Like, it makes me really dizzy. If I know it's coming, I can usually brace myself and, like, squint my eyes a little
Yeah.
bit. But it really came
that was
all
definitely
of
out
a
of
sudden.
nowhere. I'm so sorry.
No,
honey.
I'm pretty okay. I mean, I've gone to spar matches like that before, where everybody's like, "The more particles means I'm stronger." I'm used to it.
Oh yeah. Ooh, I remember those days. Anyway.
I'm ready. Your portals are always cold.
Hmm.
Your portals are always cold.
Well, that's what happens when you march through the ethereal. Not exactly sunny.
True.
And for what we work with, I do feel it could be much worse.
You're not wrong.
Okay. Is there anything you need to fetch for this little talk, dear? Or is it just questions?
Questions. I don't need to fetch anything. It's a personal question? It's not for work. Yes, I was wanting to... Well, yes. I was wanting to see if you had any ideas about a certain thing. This is not me asking you to fix anything.
Well,
And it's not me asking you to get involved with anything. It's simply
how
a
about you save me the
theoretical.
vaguety, get comfortable, and then we'll just talk plainly.
Lovely.
Uriel's away handling errands. The cameras don't take audio. And Z is likely busy with her own little games at this time of night anyway.
Probably.
What's troubling you? Out of everyone, you've been the best bet.
I do try.
Yeah. It's noticed.
I do try to be the best behaved. I take a sense of small bit of pride in doing a job well done. It's the only pride I have.
And it is appreciated, dear. And I want to make sure that is properly conveyed.
Of course it is.
Your work here has been wonderful. It's been cunning and effective. Everything I would have hoped from a devil.
To
But
be
even
fair.
more, I can tell that you've been connecting well with the others. Something that was not asked of you from the job, but appreciated all the same.
If I'm a part of a crew, then I'm a part of it. I'm not the Lone Ranger type.
Uriel speaks highly of you. Do you know that?
I do not know that, no. But I think it is because I understand their position in the cycle. It's easier to speak with them than other people.
Different parts of the spectrum, but the same system. Makes sense.
Now for my question.
Yes, please, what's troubling you?
You and I have a certain dislike of deities. Out of anyone, I think it would be you who would know theories about disconnecting a mark. Is there even a possibility of that even able to happen?
May I see it more closely, dear? Largely it comes down to how it was formed and why.
You know, a immature piss baby throwing a tantrum.
Primary rune. Multiple reinforcing runes. 4 circles. And this one here, it's a secondary enchantment. How did it come to be?
It was the same deity that burned my wing. The one that Uriel healed. Why I was injured for a while. Still a little sore.
Do you have an idea what the effect is?
When I get emotional, it burns me.
Must be very frustrating for someone who wants to show their love for their partner.
It's very frustrating. But I've learned to adapt. Sometimes it's more annoying than other times.
The simplest method, almost comedically, simply lop off the hand.
As easy as that would be, this is the kind of petty bitch that would just make it appear somewhere else. Then I'd have lost a hand for nothing.
Not like it's hard to grow back.
It takes me 2 weeks. A month if I'm, like, low on energy.
Oh no! What, 2 weeks? Oh, how terrible! Oh my! It's not like... Imagine if someone just couldn't have a limb come back after even lifetime.
It's not my fault. That's a skill issue on someone else's part. What's happened? Oh, I'm dying. That's what's happened.
Advantage your ability. If you're expecting that the enchantment is only visible in the one location, but the entirety of your being is bewitched. The second solution would be to ask for the being's forgiveness, which I'm quite sure is something you don't want to do.
It is something I will not do. I don't ask gods for forgiveness. I can't.
You have too much pride for that.
I don't have pride. I know that I am smaller than it. I cannot ask forgiveness from a deity. I am a devil. It could undo me. I am made of sin.
Against the divine. Are you really trying to educate me?
You should understand more than anyone.
I
Forgiveness from a deity could unmake someone like me. That's why we cannot ask forgiveness.
Then ask for mercy. But again, you're too prideful.
More like
And I
too
did not
wrathful.
mean your comparison to others. I mean your own view of yourself. You're confident, self-powered, and self-motivated. Drawbacks of being a strong, independent woman, I'm afraid.
If only you knew.
You'd be surprised.
Thank you for at least telling me the truth.
There's still other options.
I'm assuming these options are not easy, like the other ones were.
The first two are the simplest. That's why I get them out of the way quickly. Option 3 would be to unmake it. There's a few ways to go about it. Some of them are more painful than others. Some of them very thorough and very effective, but they have lasting side effects, at least for a short while. For example, negating your magics entirely. Naturally, they would regain. However, for being comprised very closely with magic, you would likely fall unconscious for a time.
I feel that would upset my husband. Try
Likely.
not to upset
And if there's
him.
any positive enchantments or boons that you carry, they would also be lost.
I can't lose those.
Any active,
That's not an option anymore. Understood.
any active enchantment would be lost.
Yes, my fiance would be very upset with me if I tore that out.
I assume. So, negation of magics isn't an option. Asking for mercy is not an option. Amputation is not an option. Which means we have to disenchant it. which means we need to understand it. Thorough research and a precise counterspell. More strictly, to destroy this, we would make our own key for the lock. The issue is the amount of study, reverse engineering, and then of course experimenting with the calculations until we found something that we were confident enough would be effective.
You
But
say
give me
but I
that hand
cannot.
again.
You say we, but I cannot ask you to get involved. You once told me as long as I don't bring trouble to this place or your door.
You came to me asking for counsel, I am giving it. The issue is with disenchantment is that there is a secondary ring. Likely protective. A countermeasure against just such things, which means that we would need a minimum of 3 rituals, casting simultaneously. One of the ritualists would be for the primary enchantment. The second ritualist would be to disable the countermeasure. And the third is to clean up the mess if anything is summoned.
Then I have a lot of research to do.
You'd need 3 ritualists who are not only capable enough, but daring enough
To piss off a
to
god.
insult this god.
Yes.
And seeing how you have yet to name this particular deity, I am not quite in the mood for testing it.
I would not ask this of you, no. This was theoretical conversation. Truly, that is all I ask.
Of course. Off the clock.
Although,
And since we're off the clock and off record, do you want to tell me what the hell happened?
a man watched someone he loved die. Blamed everyone
And that's your
else.
problem.
Blamed everyone else that was involved. And then made a deal with a deity. And then became a part of it. 13 candles to resurrect. I don't know. The whole entirety of this god? They've made themselves the wick, the spark, and they've made others the fuel.
So there's 13 of you.
There's 13 of them at least. I don't know if they have 13 people marked. There's at least 4 that I know of.
Who are they? The 13 pieces of this newly formed god.
They're dead puppets. He raises bodies and puppets them.
Necromancer?
I do not know. I do not know. I smell them when they
I'm not
appear.
a fan of puppeteers.
Neither am
It's
I.
lazy. Also gives necromancy a very bad name.
I have been a puppet before.
Not like that.
Yes, like that. In my first life and my first death.
You have risen as a walking corpse.
Yes. It is not something I would wish on my...
Dominated or puppeteered?
Completely puppeted. Trapped. Walking coffin style.
If your soul was present, you were dominated.
Then dominated.
Puppets
Are
are just
empty.
constructs. Nothing within, no will required. The caster does all the thinking.
He shows up in dead bodies. Different ones every time. He finds us. Those
And they
of us that
claim
were
to be
connected.
divine.
Oh, they are divine. It was divine fire that burnt me.
And yet they're encompassing husks. Life within a corpse is the reason why undeath burns away in light. Radiance. You heard me speaking about some of this towards Miss Snow. They don't possess the organ required to filter the
I don't
radiation.
know. I don't know. They smell
If
dead.
the soul... If the soul is not present, then there's no consciousness to persuade or enchant. So it's not enchantment, but puppeteering a husk with divine magics. That doesn't make sense.
None of this makes sense. None of it.
Which is why it should be investigated, understood. How the hell are you supposed to do anything if you don't know how it's doing it? Divinity does not control. It kindles. The art of resurrection, while yes, necromancy, is seen as divine for a reason. It creates a gate to the soul. And once the soul is reinserted into the husk, overflowing light to regrow the body. But until the soul is present, the corpse cannot process that energy, cannot filter it. It would burn instead.
He calls them candles.
Candle. Perhaps. What happens to these corpses afterwards?
I'm uncertain. When he disappears, the
What
things
you
around
said-
him
what you
turn
said.
to ash. Like it's decaying.
When he becomes absent, the husks turn to ash. He never has the same appearance twice. It's
I-
different bodies each time.
I didn't see the husk turn to ash. I saw an entire building decay, as if it were hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years, in a matter of a minute. It just fell in on itself, and then turned to ash.
Was the building a creation from himself, or was it pre-existing before
It was
he arrived?
pre-existing. It was one of my homes.
Let's focus on the candle before we expand our view.
Mm. Mm.
You know for a fact it is a corpse.
There is no heartbeat. There is nothing. They
He
smell
controls
dead.
it.
Yes.
When he finishes with the corpse, what happens?
I don't see them again.
I do not believe it is necromancy.
What would it
It's
be?
possession.
Possession's very rare.
Animation. However, for a vessel with no soul, incredibly simple. astral projection to propel your soul to a different location is very much a divine ability. From there, you are a soul with no vessel. With a little bit of practice, even a weaker soul can possess a corpse, so long as it is intact enough. However, it would eventually degrade, burn away,
Like a candle. That makes sense.
Its possession,
You're right.
perhaps
Makes sense.
animating an object. It depends on how detailed, coordinated his control is. If the body is indeed capable of precise movements, it is less likely to be an animated object, especially if he's handling multiple. But possession, splitting his attention, his essence across multiple vessels, and then when he's done, he lets the fire overtake it, and whatever is around radiate the light. It would explain the ashes.
Yes. And here is
Two
where
enchantments.
I ask you a small favor. When I signed up to work for you, it was under the assumption that I would learn from you. In my rebirth as a devil, I've lost many of my magical abilities that I once possessed from bloodline. I do still wish to be your student of the arcane arts. Is that still possible?
I am not a demonologist or a warlock.
I mean,
Magics
pure
of the
arcane.
hells I have not practiced. I would need to teach you my cipher. And that is something I'm not sure I'm completely willing to do. You would have access to my entire library. It would be easier for me to decode it myself, rewrite it. Or to have you go out and find a tome which is meant to be copied. And I can help you decipher it from there. How do you cast currently? Is it arcane?
I use my
It's
husband's
infernal.
power. Currently, it's the only thing I have left.
Warlock.
Yes.
However, the more energy you use, the more draining it is on your husband. And if there's ever a situation where that connection is severed, you're helpless.
Well, I can still fight, and I'm a bit stronger than I used to be, but yes, I'd be without my magical resources. And I hate that in its entirety.
Of course, you're a prideful, independent woman.
Just because I want to be self-sufficient doesn't make me prideful.
The other two words still stand, however.
I know that I need more time to earn your trust, and I'm willing to put in that time. I
You
don't
work
care
well.
for how long.
However, your husband, being what he is, a man of business, I have to be careful. When it comes to fiends and fae, There's a rule. Never fully trust them. As much as I appreciate you, dear, I'm sorry, that is a word that you will not have. But I am not against assisting you. The thing is what do I have to gain?
I only came to work for you so that I could learn from you. My loyalty, my understanding of what you need, the reason why I do what I do, is to reach that
Alas,
goal.
loyalty is only as powerful as trust.
Exactly.
And again, I cannot provide this to a fiend.
You are asking me for something I cannot do because you cannot give it? That is unfair.
Well, it is a good thing that we know both very well the art of the bargain. Time to haggle. Mimi appreciates your presence. Uriel has been learning from you. And yes, you have been very impactful on them. In time, I see Z getting quite close. As for Mr. Hughes, be careful. I can tell from a mile away you're his type. Don't break his heart too quickly.
Truly, I am uninterested in eating here. I do not eat where I work.
I'm not the one you have to tell that.
If I need to, I will let him know.
Nothing.
Gently.
That's in your own time and is your own business. I'm sure your husband would be very appreciative if I assisted you. So how about this? Find yourself a few tomes you're willing to review. If it's the arts of necromancy, I can assist you. As a fiend, your spirit would be quite strong. However, fiendish ether can be, how do I put, unstable under the axe of the arcane. Which, if you're looking for sheer destructive power, quite beneficial, however unwieldy.
My old speciality used to be conjuration.
I would not. The conjuring of minions?
No.
Or bound objects?
No. I used to be able to move places quite easily. Planeswalker. Now I am not. It's harder for me now.
What was the basis? Your fiendish power?
I had draconic bloodline.
What color?
Gold.
Maybe.
I don't have any of that blood left.
Maybe.
If you're searching for a way to
You
use
don't.
that. No.
It is still your inheritance. Sorcerer. Sorcerers don't have to play by the rules. Your magic is hereditary. You don't need arcane. What you need is kindling.
There is a way to reattach a link between a draconic bloodline I no longer have? I mean, I was completely remade.
However, your magic is still source.
That's true.
Remade. However, were you redefined?
I can't tap into my magic anymore. Woven into the weave of an afterlife. Is that redefining?
Repeat that one.
My being was woven into the weave of an afterlife. Is that redefining?
It depends. You became a fiend. Was it through you falling into the pit? Or was it the intentional action of someone taking your soul and transforming it? Was it the system? Or tampering?
To be honest, I'm uncertain. My husband is... My husband loves me, but he's also
Were
a
you
monster.
married before you died?
Yes.
What was the ceremony based from? What culture?
No culture. I am not into weddings. It was a simple contract.
To him?
And to me. He is bound by my contract as much as I am bound by his.
Then the wedding was fiendish. Your soul damned.
Worth it.
It could have been the system. I'm not saying whether or not it is, but understanding these fine details.
I lived in hell for too long. I lived with him in hell. And then I was injured by holy energies. I started to crumble. And I died in hell.
And then he rebuilt you. Now, was this the destruction of your soul, or the expiration of your vessel?
Vessel only. My soul has not ever been damaged by him. I can tell you that.
Good. In that case, your soul could very well be damned. Scattered into the hells, bound to a demon. Just a new body. Of course, the creation of a devil would befit a devil. If that is the case, we just need to supply something very similar to your previous mana. What your soul is attuned to using. There's no fuel in the tank. Of course it won't go.
That's true.
Pondering.
I am a woman of contingencies. There are some of my scales left somewhere.
Scales alone won't be enough.
No, but... my sister also has some of my hair. My brother, I believe, has some of my blood. With that, I could
Other or three?
Yes. I could
I have a question.
make something. What is your question?
Very much looking forward.
Oh, hold on. My being seems to be taking a break. One moment. There you are. Repeat your question?
Oh. Now, but now we have wife, fiend, exhibition enthusiast, and my employee as your current titles. I feel like this one would be very fun to add to the list. Dragon Slayer. Take the three parcels of your previous body. Scales, hair, and blood. We can use that as an anchor for summoning. A little bit of wicker.
Interesting.
Summon a dragon. Consume its ether. Give it time to regulate in your new form. As a fiend with a devilish body, you should be able to take in a great deal, at least in comparison to a mortal. However, it will cast you into a state of struggle as these two energies meld. From there, we do some experiments. Probe, test, see what sort of elements and magics your body has attuned to itself. And we go from there.
Sounds like fun.
Fiendish dragon fire.
Sounds like fun.
Would be primordial. Not arcane. Not hellish. Merely corrupted nature.
Maybe one day I will understand arcane better. I have done plenty of research, just never
There's a
fully
reason
put
why
myself into the study.
arcanists despise sorcerers. Everything comes very easy for you. You don't have to play by the rules.
But you have to learn the rules so you can break them.
Not even that. Sorcerers can consume, corrupt, twist, and pervert. They can... Their energy and their magics are malleable. I have to learn math. It's very precise, very convoluted.
Thank you.
Speak to your husband.
I will.
This will, if this works, it is going to be far more painful than radiant death. And it is going to take a great deal of time. As for your husband, it may be better if he disconnect your boon. Less foreign mana, foreign essence. You melding two different essences within yourself is one thing. 3, you're asking for destruction.
I'll take what you have said into account, do my own research, and speak to him.
Please. I'm no sorcerer. Advise them.
Thank you, darling.
But there's always an option. Once you have your own essence stabilized, we can look to this deity 13.
I'm not bringing that to you. I like this place. I'd
No.
like to see it not burn down to the cinders.
Ah, well, it's a good thing that I made it out of stone.
True. I did promise you
matter
I wouldn't
how
bring you any
old.
trouble. I keep my promises, Mr. Hemwick. And maybe again,
Comes with your kind.
well, always. Maybe one day I'll be able to bargain for some of your arcane knowledge.
For
That'll be
a
a fun
grand
day.
saucer.
Be more of a child's plaything. And would pay anything
And teach you would pale in comparison to what you can naturally do for a few centuries. Are you sure it's worth it? There's better uses for your time.
be considered later.
Indeed. Good night.
Enjoy your evening, dear.
And give your husband my regards.
And now I'm ending. Invite us to the... what? To the vow renewal. Love you, bun. Alright, good night, everybody. Bye-bye.